A box like this. A box like this, a tote like that, is a great way to store the stuff at your house. This is not something you're going to put in your car if you have to walk home from work. But if you're at home and you're going to need some stuff, you're going to have to put it in something like that. But if you leave your home, how are you going to carry that for any length of time? So do you have a cart or something that you can put it on and carry with you? So these are the kinds of things you need to consider. I saw something else on the internet the other day that I kind of liked, and I want to share this with you. It kind of gets you in the idea of what you should put in your 72-hour kit. As I told you, I'm not going to tell you exactly what to put in there, but I want you to play this game, kind of play this out in your mind's eye. Imagine that sometime in the next several days, there comes a loud knock at the door. An officer says an evacuation is necessary, and you have 3 minutes by his watch to leave the house. The reason he gives is convincing, and the problem is regional. He also reports the water lines have been contaminated, and you must not drink from the faucet. The electricity is off, and the phones are down. There are no utilities within the area. There won't be any utilities in your area for at least a week. You may remove things from your car, but you may not take it. You must go more than a mile on foot with children, if you have them. Then you will go by bus to the next town over. Because of crowding and confusion at the makeshift bus terminal, you and your spouse are hustled by the National Guard into separate buses. Everyone around you is frightened and insecure. Halfway to their destination, the buses stop because a bridge is out. They let everyone out and go back for more people. By the time you get there, 28,000 civilians have been left milling around in the dark on the edge of a ravine, waiting for someone to do something. The scene is noisy and chaotic. No one had a plan for this, and some individuals are starting to behave badly. You begin to search for your family among the thousands of refugees who keep pouring into the area. A helicopter arrives and announces that the Red Cross will set up a shelter on the other side of the ravine in about 24 hours. Just sit tight. Don't you feel all warm and fuzzy inside? After a second 24-hour period, you will be free to return to your home on foot, if you wish, since by the time you get home, the immediate danger will have passed. But there will be no rides. Any water you find along the way will be bacteriologically unsafe to drink, and don't count on finding any unrealistic sources of water. Now ask yourself questions like these. What do I need to do to prepare for this kind of challenge? What will I drink? How will I sleep? How will my sweetheart and I find each other in a crowd in a strange place? Remember 9/11? There were 2 great preoccupations. 1, getting away. And 2, finding loved ones. Play this game often. Change the scenario from time to time, varying the season, weather conditions, and the time of day. Build into it the types of difficulties you consider your region, and make subject changes. Adjust it to be challenging to you, but not overwhelming. Then use these imagined experiences to guide you through the construction of your own 72-hour kit. Or, what I like to do, try this. Every time there's an emergency on TV, imagine that this will be happening to you. Will your kit get you through? Your kit, your 72-hour kit, might not be a kit that you have to leave at all. It might be something that you just have there in your home to prepare for the eventuality of not having goods or services for 72 hours. Now, is any of you, after watching Katrina, convinced that somebody will come and help you in 72 hours? No? No takers? Like I tell most people, it's not because they don't want to, it's because they can't. There's just not enough of them to take care of all of us. The reality is probably more like 4 days. 5 days, maybe even longer. So, what do you put in your kit to take care of yourselves for that period of time? The answer is up to you. It's as individual as your needs, special or otherwise. Your circumstances, special or otherwise. Do you work from home? Do you travel long distances? Are you going to be able to take a car? Do you take public transportation to and from your place of work? Will that public transportation be able to be used in a disaster situation? If I have something that I make at home, like this, do I have a wheeled cart to carry it with me? Will I be able to push that cart? How far will it go before my children say, no more, we're staying here? Have you practiced this with your children? Have you practiced this with your spouse? Have you actually tried to see if your 72-hour kit will actually sustain you for 72 hours? Now, I don't suggest that you go on a 3-day fast and eat one of the food bars for 3 days. You won't like me very much at the end of those 3 days. So I put together a list that looks like this, and I have it on my website. In this, I have a need to have, nice to have, and over the top. This is a suggestion for something that you would put in your car. I started this a car kit because usually if you have this right at home, you could usually do that. Let me go back for just a second. I just thought about something I wanted to cover. About watching scenarios on TV. I talked about the city in Colorado that suddenly their water was shut off. I turned to my wife and went, that'd be cool with us. I got plenty of water. You know, or you watch other scenarios that happen to play out on TV all the time. Riots or fires or anything else. For example, the fires in San Diego. Not too far away. In distance or in time, right? And blocks and blocks and blocks. Blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks. So we count how many times I said that? Burnt to the ground. Hundreds of people had to be evacuated. Where did they go? Well, if that was your neighborhood, a big firestorm is coming and you've got to leave your house in short order. What are you going to take? Where is it? If you do nothing else, then tonight, decide you're going to take the things you already have. I happen to have one of these totes somewhere. I have an old backpack somewhere. Go home, put some stuff in it, and keep it in a central location. By the door, under your bed, that's where mine happens to be. And I don't have something like this, although I have something similar to this under my bed. I have a pack like this for me, my wife, and 2 other of my children. So we have 4 of those under the bed. Kids all know they grab those, and off they go. And if we can, we grab other things, like we keep all of our photo albums right next to our front door. So if we can grab those, we would take them and go with them. But you can put those scenarios of things that you see on TV and go, all right, if that was me, could I prepare for that? How would I do that? And if you start thinking about those things, you'll start putting together a kit that will be specific to you.